Hey everyone, how are you guys today? Let's learn some Portuguese today. Let's learn how to talk about feelings in Portuguese. I'm good, I'm tired, I'm excited, I'm afraid. How would you say this in Portuguese? We have basically three verbs that we can use to do that, but this is a live session. So before this, just leave here as a comment in the chat if you are started learning Portuguese right now, if we study for a while, and let's see. I'm going to learn a lot of things today, how to talk about feelings in Portuguese. This is a live session, so I'm just taking a look at your comments on Instagram. Hey, Christina, probably Christina. Hey, guys. Hey, Mister. Hey, Arizona. Hey, everyone on YouTube. If you want to watch this session in a bigger screen, I recommend you to go to YouTube. The link is on my bio. You can find there the link to access this live on YouTube as well. But I'll try to accommodate everyone so you guys will also be able to see everything when I share my screen here. Also on Instagram. Sounds good? Okay, guys. If you guys are ready, I'm ready. So what you guys are going to learn today? How to talk about feelings in Portuguese, right? Let me just make that screen bigger and we can start. We can start by doing this. Aha, aha. So this that you're seeing now is just the introduction. And what we're going to see today. On this thumbnail, you can see that we have sou, fico, estou. We have these three verbs that usually we can use to talk about feelings in Portuguese. So when you say in English, I am something, it could be one of these three verbs when you're talking about feelings. So let's try to understand, and if you have any question, just leave us a comment here on Instagram or YouTube. I'll try to answer all the questions that you may have. Let's start. So, these three verbs, estar, ficar, ser. Usually, when you're talking about feelings, you're going to use these three verbs. One of them. Just choose one of them and you can use. But the meaning is not the same. You're also going to understand that the meaning of each verb is a little bit different. Estar is the verb to be, temporary, right? You have seen this last week in the last live. Ficar. What is ficar, guys? Any idea? What does it mean? Ficar. Ficar is to stay. So to stay. Aha. And ser is also verb to be, but is permanent. So we have these three verbs. Let's see a little bit first the conjugation. Aha, that's it, Christina. Stay. Ficar, to stay. Eu estou, eu fico, eu sou. So, for example, if I say eu estou feliz, porque eu estou feliz porque eu comi chocolate hoje. So I'm happy because I ate chocolate today. When I use estou, I'm basically talking about a feeling that I'm having right now, but it's temporary feeling. I'm feeling this good because this happened. So I'm going to use estar, the first one, for temporary situations. And ficar, you could use in a different meaning. For example, quando eu como chocolate, eu fico feliz. So, when I eat chocolate, I am happy. I become happy. So, ficar something is a feeling that will happen if something happens, right? That's it. Ficar could also be to stay, to become, and to keep. You correct, Diane, thorough. That's right. That's right. So ficar here is for something that if this happens, I will become happy. I will be happy. So, se eu conseguir viajar o mundo, if I can travel the world, eu vou ficar feliz. I'll be happy. Sounds good? And the last one, ser. Ser, if you remember, is for permanent situations. So when I say, for example, eu sou feliz, I don't need to give you a reason because this is kind of the permanent situation. So I am happy all the time. This is basically what I'm saying when I say eu sou feliz hoje. I'm happy today. I'm basically saying that I'm happy all the time. So we have this difference between estar, ficar, ser. If you have any question, just leave as a sentence here on Instagram and on YouTube. I'm looking on both screens. But let's see the rest of the conjugations. So, eu estou, eu fico, eu sou. Good. Ele, ela, você, he, she, you, está, fica, é. So, ele está feliz. Ela está com medo. Você é feliz. Moving forward. Nós. Nós estamos, nós ficamos, nós somos. And then, eles, elas, vocês. Estão, ficam, são. Vocês estão, vocês ficam, vocês são. Sounds good? Let's see a few examples using those. Eu estou com fome. So, eu estou com fome. I'm hungry. And you're going to see that in a few sentences in Portuguese, a few feelings, you're going to use com. This preposition is with. So it's basically, I am with hunger. This would be kind of the translation of this sentence. But it's the same as I'm hungry. Eu estou com fome. We need to use com here. Eu estou fome doesn't make sense in Portuguese. So, eu estou com fome. What else? Eu fico cansado quando trabalho. Eu fico cansado quando trabalho. Here the meaning is more like I get tired when I work. I get tired. So, eu fico cansado when this happens. We have a great question on Instagram. Amiseko, what about a gente instead of nós? How would it be? A gente, guys, every time that you use a gente, that means we, in Portuguese, we're going to use this conjugation right here. A gente está feliz. A gente fica feliz. A gente é feliz. A gente está cansado. A gente fica com esperança. A gente fica com fome. So, a gente always, in any conjugation using any verb, will be this conjugation, be the second conjugation. Right? Good. Moving on. The last example, eu sou feliz. Good. We have seen the examples. We have seen that we have three verbs, estar, ficar, ser, to talk about feelings in Portuguese. Let's learn now a few feelings and how to express this in Portuguese. Feliz. If we take a look, feliz. I could say it. Eu estou feliz hoje porque hoje é quarta-feira e eu não tenho que estudar japonês. So, I'm happy because today is Wednesday and I don't have to study Japanese. So, I'm happy because of this situation. But I could also say, eu fico feliz quando eu assisto filme. I'm happy when I watch a movie, or I become happy when I watch a movie. And the last one, eu sou feliz porque eu sou brasileiro. So I'm happy because I'm Brazilian. It's something that is permanent. I'm happy because I'm Brazilian. Eu sou feliz porque eu sou brasileiro. Sounds good? Sou feliz, happy. What about triste? What is triste? It's exactly the same verbs that you're going to use. So estar, fico, e sou. Let's talk about Diane, for example. Diane fica triste quando ela assiste filme de drama. Então, ela fica triste quando ela assiste drama. What else? Haha. Another one with com. So it's not just raiva. Eu estou raiva, eu fico raiva, eu sou raiva. In this specific one, guys, com raiva, we cannot use ser. So, com raiva is when you're upset. You're upset about something. So, eu estou com raiva. I'm mad about something. Eu estou com raiva. Eu estou com raiva porque eu ainda não almocei. I'm angry because I haven't eaten yet. Or eu fico com raiva quando eu não tenho tempo para comer. I'm angry when I don't have time to eat. But you never could use ser permanent for this one. You can never be kind of like permanently with anger, this anger inside of you. This doesn't exist in Portuguese. So, com raiva, you could use estar and ficar. Just this. Moving on. I don't see any questions, so I hope it's clear so far. Empolgado, guys. Please be careful. I had seen a few students say excited in Portuguese as excitado. Excitado, guys, is a different thing. I'll not tell you what it is, but it is a different thing, so don't say that in Portuguese. Excited, it's empolgado, okay? Okay. Excited, empolgado. If you're excited, empolgado. And again, empolgado sounds like a temporary situation and almost never will be permanent. So again, you can use estar and ficar. Eu fico empolgado quando isso acontece. Eu estou empolgado porque eu estou estudando português. So I'm excited because I'm studying Portuguese. Empolgado, excited. Okay. What else we have? Calmo. Pay attention to the pronunciation here, guys. The L in the middle of the word. Calmo. 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 So the L will sound like ooh. Cal. Calmo. Uh-huh. Calmo. On this specific feeling, you could use the three verbs. You could say, I am calm all the time. Eu sou calmo. Eu estou calmo. And eu fico calmo. Eu fico calmo quando você está aqui. I'm calm when you're here. So you could use three verbs. Dan knows uh, how to say the other word for excited in Portuguese. Okay, okay, pretty good, pretty good. And guys, the last one, com sono. Again, using com. Com sono, sleepy. Eu estou com sono. Eu fico com sono. But you cannot say eu sou com sono. Again, this one is temporary. So you cannot use sou com sono. You cannot do that. We have more. That's not all. Tímido. Tímido, you could use all those three verbs. You could say that I am shy. Tímido is shy. So, eu estou tímido in this specific situation. Eu fico tímido when this happens. And eu sou tímido all the time. So, you can use permanent, the one that is kind of future when something happens, and the other one that is permanent. Aha. Oh, we have a great question, guys. Diane is asking about excited. It's still about excited. When you're saying, I'm anxious about this, can't wait for it. This in Portuguese is very hard to translate. You cannot say ansioso. Ansioso, it's a bad feeling in Portuguese. Eu estou ansioso por isso. That sounds something bad. That's not something good that will happen. Eu estou ansioso por isso. You could say it, I can't wait. How would say that? Let me put here on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, I'm going to put this right there. Eu mal posso esperar. That's the way that you're going to say. Eu mal posso esperar. Eu mal posso esperar para viajar para o Brasil. Eu mal posso esperar para conhecer um país novo. Eu mal posso esperar para falar português fluentemente. I can't wait to do this. So, eu mal posso esperar. And that also be the best translation for I'm anxious about it. When you want something to happen, eu mal posso esperar. That would be the best way to say that. If you're watching this on Instagram, I'm sorry, but I can only put this text on YouTube. So thank you guys on YouTube. So, shy, we have seen. Tímido. Pay attention here in the beginning of the. Aha. You could also say that, Just James, não vejo a hora. Mal posso esperar ou não vejo a hora. Another good expression. Let me put this on YouTube. Não vejo a hora. Não vejo a hora de viajar. Não vejo a hora de comprar uma casa nova. Perfect. That's it. Pretty good. And moving on, we have orgulhoso. What is orgulhoso? Proud. I'm proud. Orgulhoso, you could use all the verbs as well. Eu estou orgulhoso, eu sou orgulhoso, and eu fico orgulhoso, depending on the way that you're saying. Proud, that's it. Pretty good. Surpreso. Surpreso, surpreso sounds more like temporary, like, right? So it would be weird to say eu sou surpreso would be very, very weird. So eu estou surpreso, you could say that, or eu fico surpreso when something happens. Nós ficamos surpresos porque o preço do restaurante era muito caro. So we were surprised because the restaurant was very expensive. So you can use surpreso only with temporary verbs and not ser. Moving on, we have com vergonha. Tímido is shy. I'm shy. But what about com vergonha? What is that? What do you think? Now I'm waiting your answer. What is com vergonha? What do you think? I don't see yet. There is a delay, so it takes a few seconds so you guys can hear me, but I'm still waiting. The answer for com vergonha. How are we going to say that in English? Embarrassed. That's it. Embarrassed. Pretty good, Just James. Aha. On YouTube, guys, what do you think? I already gave the answer. But that's it. Com vergonha is embarrassed. And this one again is temporary, so you cannot use ser. Eu sou com vergonha. You cannot say that. So eu estou com vergonha and eu fico com vergonha. You could say that. Ashamed, the same. Aha. Aha. Ashamed. Aha. Pretty good. That's it, Matt. Pretty good. Moving on. Desapontado. Desapontado. Again, this one is temporary. You cannot say that you are disappointed, but by default, all the time. This one is temporary, so nós estamos desapontados or nós ficamos desapontados. Sounds good? And the last one. This one's a little bit hard to pronounce, especially if you're American. This one is preocupado. Preocupado. If you pronounce correctly the R in the beginning, that's fine, but also be careful with the ending of the word. I have heard a few students say preocupado, 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 preocupado. Eu estou preocupado, eu fico preocupado. What is preocupado? Worried, that's it, firefighting answer. Preocupado, it's worried. Pretty good, pretty good. That's it, guys. Loving the interaction. What else we have? Com medo. Com medo? What is com medo? Eu estou com medo, fico com medo. Aham. Eu fico com medo quando eu assisto um filme de terror. Eu estou com medo de viajar para este país. Medo is afraid. I'm afraid. I'm scared. Aha. I'm scared. I'm afraid. Both will be com medo. Eu estou com medo. Will be scared, afraid. Aha. Pretty good. Pretty good. Moving on. Bobo. Okay, this one. What is bobo? Bobo. Have you seen this word before? Bobo. Eu estou bobo, eu fico bobo, eu sou bobo. Bobo. And here we have bobo. Bobo. What is that? Bobo, 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 bobo. I love this word. And it's hard to translate, but there is a translation. It's similar. It's not exactly the same, but it's very similar. Goofy, kind of. It's a mix of goofy and silly, Diane. So it's a mix of both of them. Bobo is not something necessarily bad, just depends on the situation. So Bobo, it's a mix of goofy and silly. So depends on the context and the way that you're talking. It could be good or bad. Sounds good? So Bobo, it's a mix of goofy and silly. Moving on. Com dor. Estou com dor. Estou com dor. Eu fico com dor. Or even eu sinto dor. Eu sinto dor. I feel pain. Dor is pain. Aha. It hurts. When I say eu estou com dor, it hurts. It hurts. Está doendo. Aha. And dor is also pain. Pretty good, Diane. That's it. Dor is also pain. And the last that all of you probably already know. Cansado. And this again is temporary. You cannot say that you're tired all the time. So just temporary situation. Eu estou cansado porque eu trabalhei muito. So I'm tired because I worked a lot. Or eu fico cansado quando eu viajo de avião. I get tired when I travel a lot. So, what you guys need to remember from this class, you need to remember that we have these three verbs at the top. We have estar, ficar, ser. The first two you can use for temporary situations. So, eu fico cansado. Eu fico empolgado. Excited. Tired. And ser only for situations that could be temporary or permanent, like happy, calm, shy. So I'm shy. This from my personality, and that's it. Basically, and also silly, goofy. You could also use so as a permanent characteristic. So far, so good, guys. If we're good so far, just leave 10 in the chat. Just leave 10 as a comment. I'll be sure that you guys are following me so far, because this is the most important thing we have seen. That we have these three verbs and then the feelings. I don't have here on the whiteboard, but how would you say, guys? I'm in love. I'm in love. Uh-huh. I'm in love because this is a different structure in Portuguese. If you try to translate I am in love, eu estou em amor, that would sound very weird in Portuguese. So how to say it? I'm in love. So just James 10, for finance 10, view 10, pretty good. But how to say that? I'm in love. I'm in love. Mm-hmm. Pretty good. Estou apaixonado. Estou apaixonado. Okay. You guys know it. And guys, I have a guess. I would say that 80% of the students that are trying to learn Portuguese, 80% of them is because your partner is Brazilian. So maybe your wife or husband or girlfriend or boyfriend is Brazilian. That's why probably most of you started learning Portuguese. Yes or no? Yes or no? Just leave one yes for yes, my partner is Brazilian, or no, if not your case, it's a different situation. But in my experience, this is at least 80% of the students that at least get in touch with me to learn Portuguese. This is the reason. That's the reason. Mm-hmm. Pretty good, but you guys did it great. Matt, Jess James. Uh-huh. Sim, I know it, Matt. No, Hannah, no, okay. No, trabalho for your friends. Okay. Oh, interesting. That's not my case. I just love Brazil. Huh. Hmm. Maybe not yet, but in the future it could be one of the reasons. Okay, pretty good, guys. Moving on. Questions about feelings. Just for traveling. Okay, good. So I have a different audience here. It's good. Good to reach to you guys. So, questions about feelings. How would you ask? How are you feeling? How are you? So we have a few questions for you when you're kind of trying to connect with someone, with some Brazilian. You can use these questions. The first one is basic. Como você está? Como você tá? Cross say that. Como você tá? That's basic, so let's move on. Tudo bem. So if you see someone crying and this person is just, I don't know, you say, okay, this person is a little bit different. Let me ask something just to check this person is fine. So you can just go directly to this person and say, tudo bem? Just this. Ou, você tá bem? You could also say that. A more generic question, you could ask, como estão as coisas? Como estão as coisas? How is everything? And if he wants or if she wants, then you talk about the feelings, the issues, the things that are going wrong, going right, the things that are working or not. So, como estão as coisas is an open question. You can also use this one. Then, você está se sentindo bem? This is a more direct question. So, if you see someone crying, that's the question. Você está se sentindo bem? So, are you feeling alright? It's all good. Você está se sentindo bem? Sentindo. Be careful with the pronunciation of the T. Sentindo. Aha. And now, guys, time for questions. Aha, aha. These are basically how to express feelings in Portuguese. This is kind of an introduction. It's what you need to start showing feelings in Portuguese. So, what do you think? Questions? Was that clear? We have three verbs, remember? Estar, ficar, ser. Ser only for things that could be permanent, like happy, eu sou feliz, or goofy, silly, something from your personality, eu sou bobo. And most of them are temporary feelings. So I'm excited, I'm scared, I'm ashamed, so I'm embarrassed. Usually this would be temporary. So any random question right now, that's the time to ask any grammar, pronunciation, anything about Portuguese. Right now, we have 3 minutes to ask me anything if you have right now. And then I'll try my best to help you out. Let's see if you guys have anything in mind. In the meantime, guys, I'm going to paste this link in the chat where you can book a free trial lesson. Just go to this website. If you're on YouTube, you'll be able to see it. Just go to this website and you'll be able to book a free trial lesson. And you'll be able to measure your Portuguese level, set a learning plan to reach your goal. And I really believe that you can study by yourself Portuguese. But if you want to go faster, if you want to learn faster, especially the pronunciation, the grammar, and the structure, it's great to have someone that have done that hundreds of times. So, questions about Portuguese, guys. Anything about Portuguese that you want to know? I don't see any grammar questions, guys. Is everything clear so far? Aha. So maybe I'll ask you guys one question about grammar. If you guys don't ask me, I'll ask you. Estou ansioso. You could say just James, estou ansioso, but usually estou ansioso for excited. Eu estou ansioso para viajar. For me, sounds like I'm anxious because something could go wrong. That's the way that I understand. Empolgado could only be something good. So you're excited for something good. The feeling of excited and anxious for something bad is similar, right? You have that feeling inside of you, but when you're in Portuguese at least, ansioso, most of the time, it's not for something good that will happen. It's kind of you're insecure, you're not sure what's going to happen, so you're kind of afraid what could happen, what could go wrong. And empolgado, always something good. Okay, okay. So I have one question for you guys. If you guys don't have questions, let me ask you something. And this is a advanced question. How would you say it? If I were, if I were in Japan, I would be tired. I would say that in Portuguese. So a little bit more difficult. If I were in Japan, I would be tired. I would say that. I would say that in Portuguese. If I were in Japan, I would be tired. Uh-huh. I would say that. Still waiting, guys. I'm here with you. No answer so far. If I were in Japan, I would be tired. Se eu estivesse no Japão, estaria cansado. Okay, Matt, that's great. Perfect. Se eu estivesse no Japão, estaria cansado. Pretty good, pretty good. Haha. Okay, okay. So guys, if you have any suggestion, anything that you'd like to learn in a live session like this, we're doing weekly every Wednesday around 3, 4 p.m., 2 p.m. EST here on YouTube and Instagram. Just send me a DM. I'll be happy to receive your suggestion and implement this. These lives are available for 7 days. So if you want to watch this session again or send to a friend, they will have 7 days to watch this and then it will be removed. So you have this free session for 7 days. It's for free. You can learn, you can improve, review your Portuguese, and then you have a new one to watch, right? So every week you have a free session like this one. I have problems with comparing and when use the and was, is, can. Okay, so it's basically Bill, a conjugation. It seems more like a conjugation issue, or maybe you need to understand the articles. So it's a little bit of grammar. If you go to this link that I put here in the chat, you can book a free trial lesson. We can go through these specific issues that you're having because the goal of a trial lesson is to teach you something. It's not to say, oh, my name is Bruno. I love to travel. I live in Brasilia. My girlfriend's Peruvian. We travel the world together. That's not the goal of a trial lesson. The goal of the trial lesson is also always help you out with the one thing that you have questions, you're not sure how to do it. And then uh, without any commitment, you can be there, book a trial lesson. We can learn this specific part together. You can give me a few examples using this where you don't understand and why you don't understand. That will be easier to help you out. Okay? So, guys, thank you so much. If you're on Instagram, you also have the link on my bio to book a trial lesson. Thank you guys on YouTube for watching this session, and I hope to see you guys soon next week, next Wednesday. And if you want to see daily content, daily posts, daily videos, daily images, just go to Instagram. My link is also here in the description on YouTube. Sounds good? Thank you guys so much. Have a great day, great week, and hope to see you soon. Bacana, obrigado. Thank you guys. Thank you. Take care. See you guys.